Yo, coming back. I finished the OBS, didn't finish the OBS. Now I gotta finish the OBS. So obviously the last video showed you guys towards the end, it ran but was having issues running. I was saying it was fuel pump relay. Oh my God, it's been crazy. I've been out here every day since then, day to night, just trying to figure this out. Would not run to save my life. So we're gonna go over some basic diagnosing for your LS swap if you're having the issues I had, which was the stumbling, falling on its face, whatever your symptoms are. I'm just gonna take you through some basics to check before, so you can kind of more so pinpoint where to go. So I knew it was fuel, but then it got to the point yesterday where I had done absolutely everything I could think of. We didn't have a regulator on it because the fuel pump was supposed to be regulated at 60 psi. I knew I was getting fuel pressure, so I kind of didn't pay much attention to that. I changed the crank sensor twice, the cam sensor twice. I went and took apart a throttle body off the S10. I took the sensors off of that throttle body, the TPS sensor and the other sensor, I forgot what it was. Something about air control. I'm sure I'll remember it after this video. Took those off, put it on there, didn't change nothing. I used all good, known good sensors that I replaced. Didn't change anything. So I was finally like, all right, let's take it back to the carburetor days. Check the spark plug. Well, that's what told me everything. So these spark plugs are brand new. Come on. Focus. Focus. Are we not gonna focus? I mean, it didn't even focus and you can see how black that is. Come on. There we go. Just absolutely fouled. And this means way too much fuel. Dark like that, way too much. And obviously you can tell that spark plug is brand new. So change the plugs. I put another filter in just in case that filter was clogged or something, blah blah blah. Anyways, you can kind of see the mess I got going on now. I even changed the computer. I took the computer off the S10. It's in the backyard and put it on and didn't change nothing. So this fuel pump, this regulator, I'm pretty sure it's junk, because it sits, so the fuel pump's supposed to regulate at 60 psi, but it sits at 65 psi, and no matter how I adjust it, it sits at 65 psi. So this Amazon, brand new Amazon regulator is probably junk. Wouldn't be surprised. So let me show you what I did. I said, all right, I knew this told me, so before I got the fix, it would, when the fuel pump would prime off of the factory relay, it would prime how it is now, and it's gonna over prime 58 psi, blah blah blah. But as I start it and it would run, it would drop, and I was like, all right, that's good. But then it would just keep dropping, drop. So the fuel pump was basically cutting off as the fuel was going through the injectors in the system. So I said, all right, let's take it off of the factory relay and put it on the harness relay, which is how I do all the older vehicles. The fuel pump goes directly to the harness relay. Took it off that, obviously, brought it over to the harness relay, and what would you know, it keeps fuel pressure. So I'm assuming that relay is run off of the factory ECU, which is somewhere in there. So obviously it's not getting the signals it's supposed to for it to keep running, because obviously it's not hooked up to the same engine. So that's how I fixed this non-running, falling on its face, wouldn't run issue. But let me go over some some deals. So check for spark, pull the spark plug wire off, and you don't have to sit here and do this unless you want to get a little not necessary, but some crazy people out there, I'm sure they like it. When you go to turn it over, it'll spark right off of this bolt if you're getting spark, and you'll hear it just. So that's one way to check spark. If you're not getting spark, 9 times out of 10 it is your crank sensor, which is down there. Oh, not gonna get it. The starter right there. Sorry. So right behind the starter, kind of oh my, come on. The starter right up there behind the starter is your crank sensor. That crank sensor sends spark to your cam sensor. Your cam sensor, oh, where are we? So there's the oil pressure. The cam sensor is right next to it. Just that big wire loom is in the way. But that's your cam sensor, and that sends spark to your cylinders. So spark is made, spark is sent out, and that's how that works. Also, it makes it a lot more difficult when your computer isn't throwing any codes. If your computer isn't throwing any codes, then most likely it's something with fuel or air. So if it's not throwing a mass airflow sensor code or a map, or this is your map sensor, this works alongside with the mass airflow to tell the computer the air ratio. This is your throttle position sensor. That's what keeps the throttle blade open or closed depending on what the computer's telling it. This is for the, I think, air intake temperature. Just another deal that works alongside the throttle position sensor and the mass airflow and map sensor. But that's it. Those are really your, that's it for these Gen 3. They're computerized, but they're still pretty basic and simple. So now, obviously, I added a ground. Everybody will tell you grounds. Well, as long as you got the ground on the back of the head hooked up, obviously you can't see it, but a ground comes with a harness. I mean, it'll still run. As long as you got the main ground hooked up, the harness grounds hooked up, it'll run. But there are those freak accidents, that wouldn't be called an accident, those freak issues that the ground could be just slightly loose enough to where it doesn't connect, which is happened to me before. But anyways, so now I can finally clean all this back up. Oh, there's the AC compressor I didn't get to show y'all last time. That's the bracket. Now I can put everything back together the way it was, clean it all back up, put the computer back in it. I'll probably just, I might cut that, or I might come over here. I don't remember. I might come over here and just cut it from here, or just keep it like that and just, obviously, well, not keep it like that, but cut the factory relay off and just use the wires I need and run it all the way over here. Yeah, hopefully those diagnosing tips help you at some point. Oh, your water temp sensor also has to do with your air fuel ratio. It tells the computer the temperature, and then the temperature dictates the air fuel ratio. It's complicated but simple at the same time. Let's see if she'll start back up. see it. Primes. Oh, that's way, I don't know why it's that high, but let's see if it goes. Oh, is it going down there? No. Oh, would probably help if I hooked the computer power wire back up. I just have it rigged into the fans right here. Got to get creative. Come on, one-handed. Oh, come on, we can do it. All right. No, did you come out? I think it came out. Come on. Come on. Got it. All right. Now let's see what the fuel pressure does. Yeah, I think that gauge is junk. Oh, see, this is what it did. This is what it was doing. See how it dropped way down there? And it sits right there, even though, oh, this fell off. So I had this is the power running to that relay for the fuel pump. There we go. See, shut right back up, sitting at 65. All right, now let's do it. Come on, we were just running. Don't do this to me again. You're making me look bad in front of my friends. What the? Oh! Oh my goodness, look at me. I'm trying to teach y'all Spark. I'm over here messing my stuff up. See what I do for y'all? Also, if you couldn't, I heard it sparking. All right. Now, promise, third time's a charm. Fourth time's a charm. Oh, we're not gonna do this again. You're not mine, but I'll set you on fire. What is going on now? All right. Hold on, I gotta set this down real quick. All right. Stop embarrassing me in front of my friends. All right. You're in there. You're good. You're good. All right. What now? Why are we doing this again? No, this only happened when I started making videos. I think it's trying to tell me something. I don't think that's going to change anything, but let's see. This should not be acting like this. It was running perfectly fine. I pressed something, but we're back. Come on. Oh my goodness. What is going on now? Did I change something while starting this video that I'm not paying attention to? I got power. See if the relay's kicking on. Where can I set you that you want. I don't think there is anywhere. This one? No, that ain't gonna work. Come on, somebody hold my phone for me. I need to keep my hand on the relay and see if it's clicking on. It should be, since it's showing fuel pressure. All right, so there we go. Not running great, but with better than nothing like it has been the past few days. All right, hopefully those tips help you out. Hopefully it keeps running. It does need a tune. I cammed it, so that could be why it's running funky right now. That fuel pressure regulator, I'm pretty sure it, I mean, obviously you saw it, I think it's junk. No matter how I turn it, I loosen it to let in more fuel, it stays the same. Tighten it, calm down the fuel, it stays the same. So I probably don't even need to have that on there since it's junk. It'll probably run without it now that I have the fuel pump wiring going to the fuse block relay on the actual harness. But yeah, that's it. So I guess technically this is officially the truck being done, even though I still gotta finish it. All right, this is more so was just my tips for some basic diagnosing. I'll see y'all on the Camaro.